Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we are doing another Amonkhet Intermediate Swiss Draft League. If you like the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. Rare, Glorybringer, yep, awesome card, super powered, constructed playable. Very, very good. Obviously the first pick here. If it wasn't here, what would we take? I like Hooded Brawler a lot. This card attacks very, very hard. I like Unwavering Initiate, and then there's some good multicolor cards, uncommons, but I like Horror of the Broken Lands a lot too. Let's take our Glorybringer though. Be happy about it. Well, I did say I wanted to try out the Approach of the Second Sun. What's the strongest card in here otherwise? Probably... I mean, I did say I would try it out. All right, I mean, we can take it. We're not giving up a ton here. I'm giving up a Desert Ceradon, a Servant for a zombie deck, Shimmer Scale Drake, which is actually pretty good, Essence Scatter, Corey Hauler. I'm giving up some pretty good cards, but people have been writing and saying they've seen people. I've definitely lost against this card. It doesn't seem that good though, does it? I don't know how it tends to work ever in limited, because it takes so long. But all right, I mean, I guess if you get all the way through your deck and then you cast it and it's the last card in your deck, then you could win that way, I guess. I don't know, honestly don't know. All right, so good green cards in here. I guess you can splash for it. Do you really want to splash for that? Faith the Devoted, yeah, we'll just slam it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's figure this out. It could be Prowling Serpapard. Cartouche is very good. This is just efficient. 3 mana, 4/3. But color intensive, then a card we'd have to splash if we end up splashing it. That would be tough. Serpapard's probably the best card. We could just take the Lizard. It is worse than Serpapard, but keeps us on with the Glorybringer. And if I have a Glorybringer and I don't get to play it, that would be pretty sad. So maybe we should just take the Lizard. A lot of green cards in here. A lot of green cards. 6 to be exact, which is just a ton. So I'll take the worst card that's on color with my really strong rare that I really hope that we can play. Okay. So Sandworm now. Initiate. Well, Sandworm's definitely the best card here. By quite a bit. Certainly better than Initiate. And Gift of Paradise. Well, Shimmer Scale Drake might just be better than Sandworm, though. That probably makes sense. They both cycle for the same cost, but for 2 less mana. Drake is pretty awesome. 3/4 flyer. How do I feel about red-blue? Well, to be honest, not a huge fan, but let's just take it. I think it's the best card by quite a bit. Probably close to the Drake, like I said. Okay, Fetid Pools. Certainly good. Bitterblade Warrior, Hyena Pack, Aven Wind Guide. All of these are fine. Maybe just take the pools. They're probably worth a ticket, and if I do end up in blue, it's nice to have a little cycle land. I guess it's worth a little bit less than a ticket, but it is actually nice having a cycle land. And a Hyena Pack doesn't matter. Binding Mummy is good for like a Boros aggro. It's just a grizzly bear with potential upside with Embalm and other zombies that you may or may not pick up. I don't mind taking Binding Mummy here. It's 2-drops are kind of premium cards too. Alright, we'll take the Mummy. I mean, there's a Warrior as well, which attacks a little bit better. Guess we'll still take the Mummy. Okay, so now there's Painted Bluffs, if you want to pay even more for Approach of the Second Sun. Cryptic Serpent. Couple good green cards. Tormenting Voice, which I like. Winged Shepherd, which I also like. Could just take the Shepherd, I guess. Cheap Cycle or Finisher, maybe. Not the worst, not the best either. Alright, Pyramid of the Pantheon. I think I did see this played once. It's pretty tough to get going, though. Probably just take another Lizard here over a Seeker. Lizard's good. Okay. Take another Lizard over the Sparring Mummy. Sparring Mummy has the Binding Mummy synergy, but take a Lizard. Okay, Sacred Cat, pretty good. Synergy with Binding Mummy. Buys time. Probably a little more exciting than Jera's Resolve, especially since we actually have some big finishers now. Glorybringer and I guess Approach of the Second Sun. Okay, Ceradon versus Renewed Faith and another Drake. We'll take the Ceradon now. We still definitely want to be in red. Faith the Devoted. I do have a couple cyclers. I'm not going to splash for it, though. I don't really need any of these. I guess we'll take the blue card in case that still possibly happens instead of white. Blazing Volley will take over Cradle of the Accursed. It's a good sideboard card to have. Hyena Pack is totally playable, just not super exciting. But it's nice to see the red come that late. Alright, we're off to a pretty good start. To be honest, I kind of want this full art land. I'm going to let someone have that. I guess I'd prefer to be in white at this point. If you compare my white to my blue, probably pretty close. Wow, well, that changed. Here's Regal Caracol, super strong. Taking over Mummy, Cartouche, and nothing else. The Exemplar is good in green. I like the Vitalist, but yeah, Regal Caracol, awesome pickup for us. Full-fledged Boros rares. Boros with rares. I like it. Let's dump these two. Oh boy. Is this pack ever bad for us? I guess we take the Sparring Mummy. It's like the only card that actually... It's good, actually. Sparring Mummy is good in our deck, which is kind of cool. It's good with Glorybringer, and it's good with Binding Mummy. Because you can... If we get more Exert too, it could be good. It's good in this format because of Exert. But yeah, this pack is definitely for blue and green players. Wow. Still, guess we'll take what we can get. At least our deck looks great. Now we have another, well, I guess our cat already has lifelink, but it gets buffed, which is kind of nice. So it occurs to me we don't have any removal, which is a bit scary. I guess Glorybringer actually is removal, but we could use some more. Okay, so this is on color, but it's really not that great of a spell. It's certainly playable, I guess, if you can play both sides. Manticore I actually kind of like, but we might just be more interested in Unwavering Initiate. I really like the Vigilance on this. It comes back as a zombie for Binding Mummy, I guess. It's relatively cheap. We'll take it. It's good early, it's good late. There we go. Ooh, past Edifice? Alright. So we'll take that over Time to Reflect, Compulsory Rest, the Spearmaster, the Minotaur, the Caravan. This pack has a lot of goodies we want, but we got to take the Edifice here. Okay, so we can get another Sacred Cat, but we probably want the Top Crop Elite. I've been overall pretty impressed with this card. It's pretty awesome with Regal Caracol, too. Yeah, I like it. We'll take it over the cat. Would be nice to build a cat deck, though. Alright. Now I think we officially miss here, so do we want to fling? Not especially. Might just take it because it's on color. I don't need it. I'm not going to splash any of these other cards, and I don't really need a Violent Impact. Alright, we'll take the fling. Javelineer, another cat, another crack at Elite. We probably just want another Elite. Like, these cards are good. I would definitely play it over the Hyena Pack if I had to. Javelineer, we don't really have a lot. We don't really have much at all in terms of instant and sorcery, especially considering this doesn't even go to your graveyard. But we'll take the Elite over another cat. Ooh, Minotaur, yeah. There's a Scavenger in here too, an Initiate, but I actually think Minotaur's really good. Let's ditch the Hyena pack. Let's just swap these out. I know we're getting a little 4-drop heavy, but like our 4-drops are pretty premium. The Elites and the Emberhorn is good. All right, like I could totally play Anointed Priest now. We're a deck that has just a great late game plan. So even though I think Anointed Priest is very mediocre, I could totally play it here and be okay. And it has, I guess, some synergy with Binding Mummy if you embalm it. All right, well, a bunch of good green cards. Synchronized Strike, I guess we'll take. We're still looking good, though. We actually look really good. Could use some more removal. I'm going to take the Manticore here. So we're definitely looking like a 17-land deck, especially with the approach of the Second Sun, which I suppose we're still going to try. So now I do need to lower the curve of the deck, but our mid-game is fantastic. We don't even have to run Mummy, I guess, or Manticore if we get enough early game filler. Supply Caravan, I'll consider it. I guess we'll take a Cradle. Pretty unlikely we would play that even in a 2-color deck. We have some color-intensive bombs we need to play. I guess they're the only color-intensive spells in our deck, though. We're going to let someone have that Cultivator. Ooh, last pick. Full Art Land. I like. Plague Belcher. Yeah, that card's sweet. Tormenting Voice. Something to do early. And that's like it for us. Another crack at Onward Victory, but I really don't want it that bad. I'd rather have Tormenting Voice. Mighty Leap, actually, we might need. Yeah. We're so low on combat tricks, I might just have to take Mighty Leap. We don't have much in removal, or we have basically an Edifice of Authority, which is good, and a Glorybringer, which is obviously good. But we don't have any other removal. Fling, which I'd prefer to not play if possible. These are cards I'm like considering, but probably don't want to play. Even these two are like on the fence, and the Mummy. These are all, this row is like stuff I'm considering, but probably would prefer to not play in the final deck. Anointed Priest too, but for now I kind of need it. I think we'll take the Mighty Leap over the Tormenting Voice. We'll get something that can buff our dude or let us go over top. Okay, Vizier actually does tend to be better than you'd think. There's also impeccable timing in here. This does kill tokens, which I kind of like, and it can change attacks, and I've been fairly impressed with Vizier. Over another Emberhorn, though, Emberhorn is pretty amazing at putting people away. This might just win more games than Vizier. Vizier is cheaper, though, which is nice. Being able to just get in for 5 is pretty beefy, though. You can get into the battlefield effects, too, with, like, Top Crop Elite, though. Like, attack and exert with Elite, and then after damage, exile it, return it. It's not bad. Like I said, it kills your opponent's tokens. It gets rid of counters on things. Gets rid of auras. Alright, I guess I'm going to take the Diversity of Vizier. Electrify is a good pickup for us. We need some removal. Taking it over Cartouche, Manticore, Shepherd. Okay, another crack at... Wow, this pack's got everything. Attendant is great, too. I might actually need to take Attendant, but I want the Compulsory Rest. I guess we kind of need removal, sadly. I think Attendant's a fantastic card. Do something, cycle it early, embalm it later. It's pretty nice. Another crack at Mummy, but I think we'll just take the rest. We've got enough ways to win now. We just need to protect ourselves, so we'll take rest. It's pretty premium removal. It's cheap. It's kind of like right in line with what our deck wants to do. Another Electrify. This is a nice pickup for us, all these late removal spells. Sure Shot's a nice, like, 3-drop, definitely. We'll take it. Okay. Another Anointer Priest. Heaven and Earth that we can't really splash. Tormenting Voice, which is pretty good. Ceradon, which I like. I don't really like Priest all that much. Ketra's Name. Don't really have enough zombies for that anyway. Does pump non-zombies too. I could just take the Tormenting Voice over a second Priest. Like I said, I'd prefer to not play Priest. Could just take the Ceradon, cycle for 1. Maybe that's more exciting than Tormenting Voice. Alright. Cartouche of Zeal. Probably just want the cat, though. We have the Caracol. It's nice to do something early and just be able to buy time with it. Cartouche of Zeal is very aggressive. We're not really an aggressive deck, actually. We'll take the cat here, I think. Take the cat. Alright, we got a Tormenting Voice anyway. Which I may try to find a way to play that. I think we're going to cut the Priest, actually. I'd much rather play the cats. Illusory Wrappings is the best card here. We're looking good. We can afford to cut a creature too. So maybe I will end up cutting one of the Ceradons. It might be the weakest card in our deck. Take a Soul Stinger. Actually, I guess we'll take the land. We don't need to... It's not like we need to hate pick anything. We're not going to play the land, but... we could if we wanted. Yeah, I don't really see people play the Grasping Dunes all that much. So yeah, we want to play 17 lands. Guess we'll take Pursue Glory. 17 lands will cut, probably just cut a Desert Ceradon. And that way, more than enough creatures, more than enough ways to kill things. Card draw curve is not terrible. Another Tormenting Voice. I probably won't though. Probably don't need to. Last pick, Faith of the Devoted. Yeah, so I mean this is a perfectly good deck. More than enough ways to win, good value, early plays, lifelink stuff, buy time, beat down from above, big fat finishers. No problems with this deck. Removal. Yeah, removals plus bombs plus weird win condition we're going to try. I like it. 9-8, I guess. We do have more white than red, technically. And I suppose we do need the white early for these cats, right? Alright, cool deck. Very cool. Do we have any other cyclers, or... doesn't look like it. Okay. So yeah, removal, we've got Mighty Leap Combat Trick, we've got Compulsory Rest, we have Edifice, Double Electrify, Glorybringer. So yes, we can kill things, we can fly over top, we can win with Approach of the Second Sun, we can gunk up the board. Very fun looking Boros deck. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1.